What I have done, I have deployed this particular smart contract on Polygon mainnet. All the data which you can see, it's coming from the mainnet, and all the transaction which I'm doing buying with USDT, USDC, POL. That's all I'm doing with the real money. So let me walk you through this, that it will work absolutely fine no matter which blockchain you want to deploy. I'm showing you on Polygon mainnet because it will cost me less amount of money for making the transaction and showing you all this transaction. If I'm going to do the same transaction on Binance or Ethereum, I have to pay more money for the transaction. So I have deployed this particular contract on Polygon mainnet, and all the data which you can see, it's coming from the actual mainnet. So you can simply come back here in the contract section, and there you can easily able to go. You can simply click on this view and you will find that our contract is live on Polygon mainnet. So it's on the Polygon mainnet. All the transaction which I have done, like buying, staking, updating, that's all I have done in the contract. So if I come back here, if I show you my MetaMask wallet, currently I'm connected with the Polygon mainnet and I have this much fund in my wallet. So I have one USDC, one USDT, and I have this much POL, which is enough for making the transaction. This is the token which I'm selling through this ICO DApp and providing all the feature. So let's try to buy the token. Currently, I have sold 26% of the token and I have enough supply. So I already have enough fund in my token. So I'll select on POL and I have this much POL I have in my wallet. If I show you my MetaMask, I have enough fund in I have enough fund for POL, USDT and USDC. So I can easily able to buy. So first I'm going to select the POL and I will give my quantity. So for example, I want to buy with one POL and I will get 1000 tokens. All I have to do is simply click on this buy with POL. It's going to make a call. Right now you can see I'm buying with POL. I'm giving my one POL and I'm buying it. Our transaction is successfully and we have bought the token. Bought that token successfully. We have given our one POL and we have got our token to our wallet. You can see it went up to 41. Earlier it was 26. So it's working absolutely fine. In the same way, you can buy with USDT. So come back here. Currently I have one USDT, which is enough for buying token and show you the demonstration. So I'll simply give my one USDT and I will get this much token. All I have to do is to simply click on this buy with USDT and it's going to make a call. It will initialize our transfer function. So first we are transferring the token to the owner and click on this confirm and the transaction is happening. So it will take a little bit time. The transaction went successfully. I got the confirmation. Now I have to simply initialize and call one more function. I have to click on this confirm. Again, it's going to initialize our function and this time we are taking the token out of the contract to our wallet address. We are purchasing it. So first we have done the transfer, then we are doing the purchase. We are doing the transaction in two form. So in that way, we can able to perform secure transaction. I have bought the token successfully. Now I can buy with USDC. You can come back here in the dashboard and here you will find all the transaction we have done. All of this data is coming from the actual net. You can click here, you can able to find all the data, all the transaction which you have done, your assets, your transaction, your referral. You can come back to the token details. There you will find, you can come back to the token cell. You can able to buy the token right from here as well. The recent transaction you have here, we have the calculator, we have the staking. So I have already done the stake of the token. That's what we have. I can simply claim it or I can update it. If you want to display this stablecoin purchase, you can display it or you can hide it. This one is option I have provided in this particular one. So you can simply hide it or you can display it. It's totally up to you. We have the transaction, we have the transfer. That's the security we have added in our contract. So user can contact you from here. You can come back to the admin. From there, you can control all that. You can see the pricing, you can see the balance, you can see the transaction. You can come back to the admin. From there, you can update. Here you can update the token, stablecoin, token access, staking. That's all you can able to control. You can able to withdraw the token right from here. It's really powerful. So this is how everything is working and we are doing all the transaction on the actual network. Hope you have understood. Now I'm going to simply minimize this one. And let me take you through the source code. All the assets we have used in this project, you can come back to the blockchain coder and then you will find all the project we have built on our channel. So to get the starter file, you can come back to the source code section and then you will find that we have more than 65 plus project we have built. So make sure to build at least 5 of them to gain your proper understanding about blockchain DApp. So to get the starter file, you can click here, go back to the recent project, and this is the one which we're going to code. So this is the project we have. So click on this get now and you will come back here and here you will have an option to get the starter file. So click here and it will take you to the GitHub repository and here you will find the complete folder and file structure and all the technology which we are using in the project. So you can simply go through the docs that what are the requirements you need to have, what are the tools we are using, how are we going to deploy. So we're going to deploy to Hostinger, which is a really powerful platform. You can come back to the package.json file. Then you will find that we are using the modern packages like Wing Provider, View, which will allow to us to make the transaction very smoothly in mobile phone as well. So you can simply compare all the architecture we have utilized. You can check the folders inside the component. You have all the component we have built. That's all you will find. So click on this and you will come back to the repository. You can simply clone this repository and we're going to start following this particular project. So come back to the blockchain coder and now let me show you that how you have to do the setup if you take the final source code. And when you will take the final source code, you will give your valuable contribution to my team to bring more project like this. So when you will download the final source code, you will get the zip file. Make sure to extract that. If you don't have the zip extractor in your system, extract it. When you will extract that, you will get this particular folder, and this is the one which you have to open in your VS Code. So if I open this one, in that you will find this is the complete source code we have. So this is the folder we have to open in our VS Code. So let's close this one. I'm going to open my VS Code and now I will go back to desktop and I have the folder right up here which I have extracted. So this one I will select and I'm going to keep it drag and drop here. Close this one. Now let me give you a complete folder and file structure we have utilized in this particular project, that what structure we are following, how we are building this application, what are the contracts we have written. Let me explain every single thing. Then we're going to start working and testing this particular project. So the very first folder you will find in this particular project is the component, in which we have all the component related to our application, both the admin panel as well as the home page. So the very first component we have is our admin function, which will be called by admin. That's all going to be controlled by this particular component with the help of admin. So you can able to find that every single thing is dynamic. You don't need to make any changes, just keep it as it is. So this is our admin function. Then we have this admin overview, in which we have all the stats about the smart contract which is happening and user are making transaction. So admin can have a quick overview about the smart contract and the fund left in the contract. The next one we have is the contact us, which user can use to contact you. Then we have our dashboard is going to be a default dashboard page in our admin panel. Then we have our global. So this is the component we have built as a reusable model, because we have to use the same model in different places for showing the notification, correct walling, blur effect. That's all we have. So we have the blur, we have a custom button, we have an error, we have a header, we have a mobile header, we have a sidebar, we have a success, we have a wallet connects. I'll show you everything. So this is all the component we have written. Close this one, close this one. Now the next one we have is the home page. So this is the home page. Will keep all the component we have in our home page. So this is one is the feature one. This is our feature grid. We have the brand slider, we have the decentralized platform, we have a FAQ, we have a footer component, header, the hero CTF, hero section. Here we are simply importing all the component and we are exporting and we are using in our page. So we have the pop-up peripheral, we have the roadmap, we have the testimonial, we have a tokenomic component, we have a video slider. So tons of component we have in our home page. So that's all you will find. If you want to make any changes in any one of the text, for example, if I come back to the FAQ section, then you will find that we are displaying this dummy data, but you have to provide your details. So you can simply replace by giving your text and you can provide it here. So you can easily able to replace all of this text very easily, but the rest of the logic, just keep it as it is. If you want to change this white text, you can do it. And you can also change this headline, but make sure to change only those texts which is in white. Don't change the basic functionality and the component. So that's all the details you will find here. So I'm going to simply close this one. The next one we have is the stable purchase. So we are also providing the feature where user can buy the stable coin like USDT and USDC. So that's the entire code section we have here. The next one we have is the staking, because in our project we have a staking feature as well. So we are simply providing the stake of the token and all the logic we have built in the contract. That's all we are doing right up here. Perfect. Then next one we have is the token calculator. So this one is an interesting one. Here you have to provide your variable, that how much token you want to provide to the user based on the investment. So if the user will invest 1 Ether, they will get this much of your token. If the user will invest 1 USDT, they will get this 20. Same for USDC, but you can set any ratio, whatever ratio you set in your smart contract. So you can simply come here and do the editing. Same goes here as well. This is the single price of our token. So this is the single price which I have set for my token, but you can play around with this value. This is the ratio I have set. So user can simply select and they can have a basic calculation. You can simply play around with this one. So close this one. The next one we have is the token documentation. Then you will find all the details about our project details. So you can simply provide your details about the project and you can simply replace the text and you can explain about your project. That's all the details which you will find. So we have divided that in a component section. So this one is the first tokenomic, this one is the roadmap, this one is the how to buy, this one is the security. So that's all you can do. You can simply able to replace the text and you can able to provide information about your project. So that's all you will find here. The next one we have is the token sell. This one is going to be in our dashboard where we are providing the user to buy the token. So the user can make the purchase. So that's all the code which you will find. Every single thing is dynamic. You don't need to make any changes. And this is the component we have which allow the user to transfer the token to any particular wallet address, even in the contract. That's all the code we have written here. The next one we have our transaction. So here we are displaying all the transaction which is happening in our smart contract in the global object, so user can see, and that's how we can gain the trust of the user to make investment in our project. The next one we have is the user dashboard. There we are displaying all the stats about the user, about the wallets, about their accounts, about their balance. That's all you will find here. About the referral system, that's all is there. The next one we have is the withdraw token, and this one is only visible to admin. So admin can withdraw the token like USDC, USDT, and our token, or even the ETH. That's all the code we have written here. So this is the entire folder and file structure we have in our component, and we are simply importing all the components right up here, and we are exporting so we can utilize it in our pages. So I hope you have understood that what we have in our component. That's the first section. The next one we have is the context, and this one is a very important, which allow us to bring most of the functionality in our application. You can call it a backbone. So the very first thing we have is the toaster context, which allow us to display the notification. So here you will find that we have a multiple stage in our notification, like when the transaction is processing, when the transaction is approved, when they complete, when reject, when we fail, when we have to provide the information. So we have a different transaction values. That's what we have. If you want to change the coloring, you can simply do that from here. And we have a different toaster provider, so you don't need to make any changes, just keep it as it is. Everything is every single thing is absolutely fine. Perfect. The next one we have is the utility. We are simply build this particular function to handle the transaction in a separate model for well optimized. So that's all you will find here. Just keep it as it is. The next one we have is our Web3 provider, and this one is very important. This will allow us to build all the connection with a smart contract, so we can easily able to perform the transaction. So all of this variable is coming from our environment variable. So all the changes you have to do in the environment variable, and everything would be working fine. So here you will find that we are getting all of these details. We are building a fallback system. So if the user is not connected with a wallet, we are still fetching the balance details about the contract and displaying in the component, because we are using the fallback module. And this one is really powerful, because sometimes what happened in the traditional model, that user will connect the wallet, then we display the data about the contract, but that's not a proper user-friendly experience. So you have to add a fallback system. So that's all you will find. We are using the Wing provider. We have built our fallback system, and here we have the contract information, token balance, and here we have the fetch contract providers. Means our contract will get it, then we are fetching the balance, and there you will find all the function we have, like buy ETH, buy with USDT, buy with USDC, buy with USDT, buy with USDC, buy update stablecoin price, update token price, you update USDT, update USDC. We have this one. So tons of function we have built, which we're going to explore when we start working on the project, and you will automatically understand when we start working on the functionality and testing part of our application. This one is the add token. Every single thing is done. So you can really have a look that what exactly we have. Every single thing is dynamic. We are following the optimized gas approach. Means we are automatically going to calculate the gas instead of going with a hard code value. So you can see we have written so many lines of code. So that's going to be our backbone of our application. So let's close this one. You have understood that what you will get in the context. The next one we have is the pages. So we're going to have two pages. First one is going to be the app.js, where we have to do the configuration for our wallet, our context management, and that's what we have done here. Just keep it as it is. You don't need to make any changes. The next one we have is the dashboard, which is going to be handle all the stats and all the components. So it's going to be a huge. We are getting all the environment variables. We are checking for the connections, and here we have set all the different tabs. So user can click on the sidebar and they can open all of the tab and whichever they want to interact with. So we have all of that. Perfect. The next one we have is the homepage where we are displaying all the component. So we are importing the environment variable, and then we are simply displaying all the function, and here we have the entire component which we are displaying. If you want to remove any of the component, you can simply comment like this, and you can able to remove that if you don't like to add this particular one, or if you want to remove any one of these. So this is our home page. Just keep it as it is. Every single thing is dynamic. Now let's close this one, come back here, come back to the provider, and this one is also very important because it's going to allow us to make a connection with the wallet and make the transaction. So here you will find that this particular hook we have built, in which we have used the custom signer object and provider, which allow us to work on the mobile device and different devices, because in mobile device we don't have our custom signer and provider object. So this is our hook. The next one we have is the wing configuration. And here you have to do the wallet configuration, that where you have deployed the contract, and that's what you have to set. So first, by default, all the setup which you will have in this particular code is on the local host. Because first we're going to test on the local host. After that, we're going to move to actual test network host clay. So here you will find all the network which I have imported. You can simply visit this particular platform. There you will find they have 100 plus providers which you can simply import their name and you can able to provide. So I'll show you how you can get that. Just wait. Close this one, close this one. Now you can come back to the public, and then you will find all the assets we have used. So if you come back to the brand, we are displaying multiple brand in our project, and that's the icon we have here. We have a video which we are displaying, so that's the video icons, the thumbnail which you will have. And here we have other icon which we are using. So we have the avatar which we are using on our dashboard. We have our crypto king is going to be the logo. So I would suggest you that you should change the image but keep the name as it is, because if you want to change the name, then there is a lot of manual changes you have to do in every single component. That's a lot of hectic tasks. And here we have keeping the PDF. So obviously you're going to have your PDF of white paper roadmap, so you can be able to provide here, and you're going to simply attach in the menu so user can simply redirect it. And here we have the start component, so you can simply design your the graph about your project, but I'm going with this one so you can reflect. So this is the asset we have, very simple, which you can simply have a look. Now close this one. The next one we have is the style, and in this project we are using Tailwind CSS for designing all the applications. So you can see we have tested with multiple variable. That's all we have. So you don't need to make any changes, just keep it as it is. Like we are simply disabling the input fill and using the Tailwind module. That's perfect. Now close this one, close this one. The next one we have is the web3 folder, which we're going to talk about it. Just wait. The next one we have is the environment variable. If I click on this, here you will find that all the environment variable which I have already pre-given. So it's already given to you, but you have to get your environment variable, which I will show you how you can get your. So first thing, you have to decide the name of your token which you want to sell. Symbol, decimal point is going to be 18. This is going to be my supply, which I'm going to create the token. This is going to be the price of my token in USDT, and this is going to be the next stage pricing. So if you want to update the pricing in the next stage, because we have multiple phase, stage 1, stage 2. So if you want to update the price, you can do that. And this one is the price for the stable coin, because we are selling stable coin USDT and USDC. So this is the price which I have set, but you can easily able to play around with this variable. The next one we have is the information about the staking. So the rate of interest we're going to provide to the user on their investment in staking is going to be 12%, but you can play with any number. Whatever number you are giving here, the same number you have to give in your contract. And the minimum stake they want to do is 100, but you can increase or decrease, totally up to you. And this is the period I have set. So 30 days, 90 days, 180 and 365 days we are setting for staking period. So if they will stake before it, we're going to charge 5% penalty on that, which I will explain you. Now this is going to be our logo. So you have to simply upload your Pinata, upload your logo to Pinata IPFS, and that hash you have to provide here, which I will show you. And here we have, first we're going to test our application on localhost. So we have given this localhost, but when you will deploy, you have to give your actual domain URL. So here by default, localhost activated. I have given all the details about the network configuration and the chain ID. So it will display in our front end. This is the host key, because the next we're going to deploy to host key, and that's what you will find. So here you will find that this is the exact address you will get when you will deploy the contract using hard hat. So this is going to be our ICO address and the rest of the address which we'll get. I'll show you. And here I have already deployed this contract on Hostly, which you can able to interact, and you can make the transaction, although we're going to deploy together. Now you have to get your project ID from Wallet Connect, and this will allow us to make transaction, connect with multiple wallet in mobile device, and it will give you multiple options. So this is the one which you have to provide, which I will show you. And I'm going to simply deploy the contract to the host key in the next stage, where that's why I have given the URL. So no matter which network you are testing, if you are testing to Sofali, you have to give the URL for Sofali. So I have given for Hostly. I would suggest you to first test on Hostly. After that, you can move to any particular blockchain. And here you have to get for API key from FormsPair. So you can easily able to send email. User can send email and receive email. So this is the entire thing which you have to provide. Got it? all the environment variable, which we're going to replace one by one. So I'm going to simply close this one. The next one we have is this environment.local.main. So if you were planning to deploy this contract to the actual network, Ethereum network, then you can simply come back here, and here I have already done the configuration for Ethereum. All you have to do is to give your name of the token symbol, and it's going to be 18. You can pick any supply and you can pick any pricing. But all the network configuration for the RPC URL network, that's all I have done for Ethereum. You can see this is the actual address for USDT and USDC. This is the actual address, and this is the actual address of Ethereum on the mainnet. So I have already given all of these details. I have already provided you this explore URL. So those places, like you have to get your contract address, honor, and you have to get your token address. These are the three addresses which you have to provide, because on the Ethereum mainnet we have to use the actual USDT and USDC token. On the test network in the local environment, we are creating our token of USDT and USDT, and then we are testing the feature. But on the actual mainnet, we have to use the actual address, no matter which blockchain you are deploying. This is the configuration I have done for Ethereum. So you can go with this. Got it? Now close this one. Here we have the get ignore. Just keep it as it is. Not that important. Now, the next one we have is the code setup. Here you will find all the details which I have provided, how you have to do the code setup. Watch this video till the end. You will understand everything, because this is the video which I'm recording. That's what I'm going to attach here. Here I have given all the instruction. You can go to the different section of the video, and we're going to use Hostinger for deploying. It will give you more than 75% discount at the moment. So you can simply copy the URL, open it up. So you will get 75% discount. If you have any question, you can simply shoot me an email and I will try to help you on that. Provide all of these details. That would be helpful for me to identify and help you. So close this one. The next one we have is the Hardhat account. So this is all the account you will get when you will run the local node using Hardhat. So this is the configuration I have given already. So you don't need to copy from terminal and import in your MetaMask, which I will show you. The next one we have is the next configuration. So we have already done the optimization for all the possible modules, but if you adding anything up, then you can simply check the config file and you can simply do the adjustment as well accordingly. But whatever configuration we have done, it will absolutely perfect. Close this one. The next one we have is the packaging, and here you will find that all the packages we are using in our project, and this one is very important. You can see this is the name I have given. You can call whatever you want. We're going to first deploy locally and we're going to test it. We're going to simply deploy our application to Hostinger. That's why we're going to use build command, and here we have all the packages which we are using. So this package is very important. This package is very important. Means all the packages is very important. We have to use it, and we are using Tailwind for creating our component and styling part. So that's all we have here. So simply close this one, and here we have the post CSS. Just keep it as it is. Here you will find the readme. Here you will find all the instruction that what are the tools and technology we are using in this project. So you can simply have a clear idea that from where you have to get the details. So we're going to deploy to our Hostinger, and you can see we have given the information about the Hardhat, because in this project we are using Hardhat, and if you want to use the Hardhat, you have to use this particular version. So we are following two different model. In our web3 folder we are using this particular node version, but in the front end side we are using the latest one. That's why I've given this combination. So you can simply watch this video you can simply download the node. If you don't have it, you can watch this video to downgrade or upgrade your node version accordingly to the setup, and the rest of the information is already given. Perfect. Close this one, and here we have the Tailwind configuration we have done for our styling, which you can have a look. And if you know how to do the adjustment in the styling, then only you do it. Otherwise, just keep it as it is. So this is the complete folder and file structure for the front end side. Now let's focus on the back end, where we have the smart contract, which is web3. So if I click here you will find that you will get this artifact. So this will be get generated automatically when you will deploy the contract, and inside this contract you will have the ABI of the contract we have. So I have multiple one. That's all you will find here. So this one is not important. It was a testing one. Simply delete that one. Or you can simply delete this, because it's going to regenerate automatically when you're going to run the command. And I can simply delete this one as well. So we have deleted our artifact and cache. Now come back to the contract. So if I click here, you will find we have one folder and we have our main contract. So if I open this mock, in that you will find that we have this two contract. The first one we have is the Crypto King, which is going to be our ERC20 token, which we're going to allow user to stake and buy. So I'm using Open Zeppelin library for creating the token, because it's very powerful. And this is the supply I'm going with. So you can pick any supply for your token, but I'm going with 1 billion token supply. I've given my name of the token and symbol of the token. You can call whatever you want. The next one we have is the stable coin. So this is the contract for the stable coin which we're going to create. So test the feature in our test environment like USDT and USDC for buying and selling that all. So we are using this EST20 model and we are simply calling it stable coin. And here we have it. We have to follow the 6 decimal point because that's the stable coin follows, and we have the mint function and decimal function. So it's a very simple function we have for our stable coin. Close this one. That's the mock one. And now we have our actual main contract. It's a pretty huge contract. You will find we have hundreds lines of codes in this. So it's going to be a lot of function which we'll have. And you can see if I show you all the way down, it has more than 800 lines of code we have built. And this was really powerful. And you have to understand that what are the adjustments you have to do before you actually deploy the contract. So you have to keep this one as it is. Close this one, and here we have the information about the token and the owner. We have the addresses which we have to update in the USDT and USDT. So first we're going to deploy in our local environment. So whatever the token we're going to generate as a USDT, USDC, and that's what we're going to update. But in the actual network, we have to give the actual USDT and USDT address. And here we have the price of our ETH, that what is the price of per token which we are selling, and this is the price of stable coin at this price, but you can easily able to update. Here we have the ratio. So by default I'm going with the 20 ratio. So if user will invest 1 USDT, how many of your token it will get. Here we have the sold variables, here we have the transaction history, here we have the mapping, here we have the stake history, and here you can see that we are focusing on the days, and that's what we have to focus. And the rest of the information is fine. You can see this is the reward percentage which I'm providing. So you can provide any reward, 2%, 3%, 10%. For example, if a user use a referral ID and he made the first purchase whatever quantity, he will get 5%. If he make the second purchase, still the user who refer the user will get 5% discount. So you can simply play around referral commission. So you can simply set it to any number. Hope you have understood. So you can do the changes here in the referral, that how much percentage you want to provide as a referral, and you can also change the variables from here as well for the staking. So we are charging 5% penalty if the user try to withdraw the token early without completing the staking period. And here we have the percentage. So by default I'm going with 12%, but you can go with any percentage. And here I'm going with minimum staking is at least 100. I would suggest you to set a minimum staking to at least 100 for a better calculation and better feature. So you can simply play around with this value. And here we have this next stake is ID one, because we have to generate the ID, and the rest should be fine. You don't make any changes. Every single thing is dynamic. All of this function we have, you can see by default, if user will invest 1 USDT, they will get 20 token. Same goes with the USDC. Then this is the function we have, all the function which you can have a look, which we have developed for this application. So you don't need to make any changes, just keep it as it is. I'll show you if you want to make any adjustment and changes, then how you can do that towards the end of this video, that how you can modify it. But first test as it is, after that do the modification. It's very easy. So this is our entire contract. Perfect. Now come back to our script, and here I have given you two scripts. So first is come to deploy, which we're going to use it to deploy in our test environment. So first we are getting the information about the deployer, and then we are checking for the network. So currently I'm going to deploy the network to this particular network and this particular network. So I have to deploy our local token as well. So you can deploy to any network. I have already done the configuration for verifying the contract. So I'm going to verify this contract on Hostly, so to test that our verify function is working smoothly. Perfect. You don't need to make any changes here, right up here. Just keep it as it is. Close this one. The next one we have is .main. So when you will deploy to actual Ethereum, this is the script which you will simply copy and going to paste right up here. So we have the information about the deployer, then we are checking the chain ID is Ethereum, and in the Ethereum main network we have to only deploy our contract, token ICO contract. But here in the deploy we are also creating the token. You can see we are creating the mock token for USDT, USDC, and our token TBC token which we are providing. But on the mainnet you have to deploy only the token ICO contract, and then you can simply update all the addresses in the contract. So that's all you will have. Here we are simply verifying the contract. That's perfect. So this is very basic. Close this one, close this one. Now come back to the environment variable. So if I click here, you have to get all of this environment variable. So I'm going to deploy to actual test network, Hostly. but you can deploy to any test network. All you have to do is to simply provide the RPC URL. If you're deploying to mainnet, you have to provide the RPC URL. You have to get your private key, which you want to use for deploying the contract, and the which you will use, it becomes the admin of the contract. So that's the thing you have to keep in mind. And you have to get your Etherscan API key if you are deploying to Ethereum mainnet, Hostly, or Sofali. But if you are deploying to base chain network, then you can simply get the API key from base. It's very simple. And here we have the addresses of the two token from the Ethereum mainnet, like USDT and USDC. So we have to simply provide our private key here. I'll show you how you can do it. If I close this one, the next one we have is that dot in main. And here you will find that I have already given the configuration for Ethereum mainnet, which you can simply play around with. You can get your keys, you can get your private key, and this is the RPC URL for Ethereum mainnet, and this is the addresses of two token which we have on Ethereum. Perfect. Got it? Now we can come back to the hardware config file, and here you will find that I have done all the configuration. You can see our contract is pretty huge. That's why we have used this optimizer. And here we have a different contract, different network configuration. So I have this like hard hat. We're going to test. We have the Hostly, we have a Sofali, we have a base Sofali, we have a Ethereum. So you can test your contract to any one of these platform, any one of this network. And here we have the verification. So I'm only verifying the contract to Hostly, but if you want to verify on any other network, you can simply get your Etherscan API. And here you have to define the RPC URL. So this is the URL which will allow us to verify the contract on Ethereum, Hostly. So that's what I have given. So make sure to get the relevant information about the network where you are to verify and provide the details. And the rest will be fine. Close this one, come back to the package.json file, and then you will find this is the packages we have. So we are using the development package like Nomic Foundation Toolbox for testing and development of the contract. We are using OpenZeppelin. This particular version is absolutely must. We are using our environment module, Ether package, and Hardhat. This version is absolutely must. And here I have given bunch of script for you. So first, if you want to compile your contract and generate the artifact, you have to run this particular command. If you want to deploy the contract locally using Hardhat, you have to run this one. If you want to deploy the contract to Hostly, then you have to run this particular command. If you want to deploy the contract to Sofali, then you have to execute this one. If you want to deploy to Sofali, base Sofali, then this. And if you want to deploy to main network, you have to run this command. If you want to clear all the like artifact, node modules, packages, and cache, you can simply execute this command. And this particular command will start the node, local node. So I'll show you how you can deploy this one and this one. No matter which network you are deploying, you have to simply provide the relevant RPC URL. So for example, if I want to deploy to Ethereum mainnet or Sofali, so I can come back to my environment variable, I can give the relevant RPC URL and private key of the wallet which I want to use, and I must have some fun in that. Then I can able to deploy it. This is very basic. So this is the complete folder and file structure we have for our project. Now, what we can do is first we can start taking our environment variable. So come back here in the package.json file, go back here in the environment, and we have to collect our information. So first thing is going to be our RPC URL. So to get the RPC URL, open a new tab, type ARNK. This one is a really powerful platform which allow you to get RPC URL for any particular blockchain. So we are focusing on Ethereum Hostly, but you can use any one. So if I click on this Hostly, Ethereum, I can go back to the test. If you're deploying to mainnet, you can simply copy and you can provide right up here in the mainnet, right up here in the mainnet. If you want to go with the test network, you can click here, and from here you can select whether you want to deploy to Sofali or Hostly. So you have to get the relevant RPC URL. I'm going to deploy to Sofali, Hostly. I'm going to simply click here. I'm going to copy, and that's what I have provided here. So I have provided, this is the same one. That's the first thing you have to do. Now you have to get your wallet private key, which you're going to use for deploying the contract. So first we're going to test our contract using Hardhat. So what I can do is I will go with this Hardhat private key for the time, because I'm going to deploy locally. But when I will deploy to Hostly, I have to get my actual private key. So I'll simply come back here and I'm going to simply copy this one. And that's what I can simply paste for a time boom. So you have to paste the private key. If you keep it in this way, it's going to throw an error and the contract will not deploy. So we have to provide at least some private key so the system can recognize that the private key is exist. So that's how you can get your private key. Once you get that, now you have to get your Etherscan RPC URL. So to get that, you can come back here, type Etherscan, make sure to create your account, and you have to be on the mainnet. Then you can simply create your account and log into your dashboard. So I'll simply go back to my API dashboard, and here I will find all the information about my project, and I have already generated the API key. So if you want to create an API key, you can click here and you can give a name and you will create an API key. But I already created, I can simply copy, and that's what I can use here. So this is the same API key which I have. In the same way you can do with this base. You have to pick where you are deploying the contract, and you have to get the address of the two USDT and USDC token. So this is the address of USDT on the Ethereum mainnet. So I can simply come back here. I can go back to the Ether scan. I can show you that this is the address we have for the USDT, which you can able to check. This is the address, and you can able to find the USDT. So that's how you can get. You have to get the relevant address. Got it? So we have got all of this information. Now we are ready to do the installation and deploy our contract. So I'm going to simply close this one, come back to the script, and we have to run this script, and we have to run this script. Perfect. So let's close this one, and I'm going to simply open up my terminal. First thing I have to do is to install the packages. So right now you can see that I'm in the main directory. I have to get into this particular folder because it has a different environment. So if I show you my current node version, I have this one, and this will work absolutely fine in this particular directory. But the moment I will get into this directory, I have to downgrade my node version because I'm using hard hat. So let me simply say cd web3. I'm into this particular directory. In this directory, now I have to simply do the installation of the packages. So I have to check my node version one more time. So I have the latest one, so I have to simply downgrade my node version. I'll say nvm use 18.17.1. I'm using nvm stand for node version manager. So I've already explained that how you can downgrade or upgrade your node version in this particular video, so you can simply follow that. There you will find all the details that how you have to do the setup and change your node version. So you can simply watch this video, which I have already explained in details. Got it? So I'm going to simply hit enter, and it's going to downgrade my node version. So I have downgraded my node version. If I check now, I have the required one. So this one will work absolutely fine in the hard hat environment. It will work absolutely fine. Got it? Now I'm going to simply clear up my terminal. Now I'm ready to install the packages. So you should always check your node version when you are interacting in this particular directory. So I have the required one. Now I can simply type npm I or install. Both will work fine. So just wait. The installation is got started. Once the installation will complete, and you can see that I'm getting a couple of depreciate message because I have the ecosystem in my environment which can support the two different node versions. So it's saving me this, that some of the packages which we are using in our project in the old format, but we have to focus on stability and security based on the architecture we have designed. Okay, a lot of you get confused that it's depreciated. It doesn't matter, it will still work. We have to focus on stability and security. So just wait. Once the installation will complete, we are ready to deploy our contract. So just a moment. And finally, we have done with the installation. You can see we are getting a couple of vulnerabilities, and here we are getting a couple of commands to fix this particular issue, but we don't want to fix it. Don't run any one of these commands. Simply ignore it. We're going to simply clear our terminal. We have done the installation and we got our node modules. Now, the very first thing we have to do is to execute this particular command because we have to test our contract locally. So we have to use this local node. So simply copy this one and say npm run and say node, or you can paste this node. Hit enter is going to start the local blockchain, and it's going to give you 20 plus accounts. You can see it's give you 20 plus account, the same account which I have provided right up here. And when you will deploy the contract, by default, this account number, this first 02266 become the admin of our contract by default. That's the default behavior of hard hat. So this will become the admin of our contract. Got it? And you can use all of this account which is given to you when you are testing using hard hat. So you cannot use your actual account in your MetaMask for testing the contract and interacting in the hard hat environment. You have to use this same account to interact in the hard hat environment. And by default, this is going to be our admin. So simply copy this one. And that's the same thing we have provided here in our environment variable, because you have to give the admin, and that's the same thing I have provided. Got it? So you have to make sure this should be running. And this is the same RPC URL we have here in the network configuration for the localhost. If you look at here, we have the same RPC URL. This should be running. You don't need to stop this. Once you're done with that, you have to split the terminal and bring it right up here. And you can see this is running. Now we have to simply deploy our contract. So if I come back here, we have to run this particular command local. This is going to deploy our contract locally. So first thing, we have to check our node version because we have created a new terminal and have a different configuration in my system. Whenever I will open a different tab, different terminal, is going to switch back to the latest node version. So if I show you the node version, it will have the latest one. So I have to simply downgrade the required one. In your case, you will have the same because this is the default nature of VS Code. So I'll say nvm use 18.17.1 and it's going to simply downgrade my node version. I have downgraded. Now I have to run this particular command. So I'll say npm run and give the command deploy local, hit enter. And it's going to simply deploy and it's going to generate the artifact for our contract. So here you can see it's deploying. It will take a little bit time and it's going to give you the address and the supply of the token we have created. That's all the details which you will find. So just wait, it's uploading. And finally, our contract got compiled successfully. There you will find the details that this is the account which I have used. As I told you that this account will be taken as a default and admin. You can have a look right up here and double confirm. So we can see we have this 2266 and 2266 become the admin. This much balance I have. And here you will find the token we have deployed, our mock USDT, mock USDC, and this is going to be our token which we're going to provide for buying and selling. And here you will find all the token addresses in a well formatted. So what I have to do is I have to simply come back here and I have to copy and paste the addresses and provide right up here in our environment variable. So let me bring it a little down and I can see this is the exact addresses you will get because we have deployed to the local host. So this is the one for token ICO address, but make sure to copy. Make sure that like this one, token ICO address, copy, and that's what we can paste here. It's exactly the same. The next one we have is the honor. So this is the honor address, 2266, paste here, honor address. So this is the USDT, copy, and that's what I can simply paste, USDC. Perfect. The next one we have is the USDC, and this one is the USDC, and this is going to be our token. So simply copy this one, and we have our token, paste. Perfect. So we have provided all the address, and this is going to be exactly the same because it's for Ethereum main network ETH. So we got all our addresses, and if you come back here, you will find the artifact. Inside the artifact, we have the contract, and we got our two folders. So this is the ABI, which you will find for Token ICO. That's the ABI we are importing and we are using in our front end. So just keep it as it is. You don't need to make any changes. Just keep it as it is. This is the ABI for our mock token. If you want to use it, you can use it. Perfect. So we have deployed our contract successfully. There is no problem in that. Now I'm going to simply open another terminal and I'm still in the web3 directory. So I have to come back into the main directory. So let's close this one and I can simply type cd ... hit enter and I'm into the main directory. So I'm going to simply minimize this one. You can minimize it from here or you can do it here. So let's minimize this one. So let's have a quick overview on the variables. So this detail is absolutely fine. We have deployed our contract and this one is also fine because I haven't changed anything in the contract and this is the exact variable we have. Now we have to get a couple of other information. So we have to get the logo of our token, the hash which we have to provide, and we have to get the project ID from Wallet Connect, and we have to get our project ID from FormSphere. So these are the three variables we need before we actually run our project. So let's start with first Pinata. So if you come back here, I have already given you the link which you can simply come back here. We have the Pinata cloud. You can simply copy this one and you can open a new tab, click here, paste, hit enter, and it's going to take you here. And here you will find all the details about the service provider which allow you to upload the document to the IPFS. So this is the place where I'm going to deploy my logo for the token. So I already have my account, so make sure to create your account, verify your account, and when you will create your account for the very first time, it will take like 3 to 4 hours, and when you will create your API, it will also take 3 to 4 hours. So make sure your account is fully verified. I already have my account, so I will log in straight away. Click on login and finally I'm logged into my dashboard, and then you will find all the project which I have uploaded, all the document which I have uploaded. If you want to create your API key, you can simply click and you can create an API key, but we don't need to create an API key. I'll come back to the files and I'm going to deploy my logo right from here. So I'll simply click here and I will simply click on this file upload and just a moment, and I have to go back to my directory. So I have my source code on the desktop. So this is the one. I'll simply open this one and I have to go back to the public, and here I have my logo. This is my logo. So I'll simply select this one and it's going to upload. So I'm going to keep it public and it's going to have the same name. So click on this upload and here it's uploading. Once it will upload, it will give you the hash. So once you're done with that, it will reflect here. You can simply copy and you can simply check. This is the hash of your logo, which is deployed on IPFS. Got it? So simply let me copy this one, and that's what I have to provide. Environment variable. Perfect. Paste here. So I got my hash. If you copy this entire URL and if you open a new tab and paste here and hit enter, you will find that your logo is successfully deployed to the IPFS. Perfect. Got it? So that's how you can deploy your token icon to the IPFS. Now, this is fine because we're going to test our local environment, but when you deploy to the actual network and when your application will go live, you have to give your domain URL. And we can come back here. We have to get our project ID for Wallet Connect. So I already given you the instruction. So you can simply come back here in the README file. There you will find, I guess I have provided the details. So you can come back here, and so I'm going to update that. So what we can do is open a new tab, type Wallet Connect project ID. And this is the website which you will find. Click here. And I'm going to simply do one thing. I'm going to simply copy this URL and I'm going to update. So you won't have any issue finding this one. So just come back here and let's me do the update very quickly. So this is the one I have. I'm going to simply replicate this one. And I'm going to simply provide the URL. And I'll say the website name is got changed. Okay. Wallet Connect. Currently this website called this, earlier it was a Wallet Connect. So you can simply copy this one URL and you can come back here and you can simply paste the URL and you can open the site. So when you will open the site, this is where you will come, and here you will find all the details for configuring this in your application. So make sure to create your account. It will give you two options, MetaMask or email ID. So I have already created my account and verified my account. So click on this dashboard. It will open it here and you will come back to the dashboard. From there you can able to create your project ID. So here you will find that I have created bunch of project ID from this particular account. So I would suggest you that if you are using from our actual project, you should create a fresh account and create a fresh API key. So if you come back here, if I click on this project here, you will find that all the project which I have created and it's working fine. So to create a new project, you have to click on this create and here you have to give the name. And this is very important because this is the exact name you have to give in the project. So make sure to pick the exact name for you all. So I'll say Crypto King. This is the name I have given. And you have to verify the domain once you will deploy your application. So that's what we're going to do later. Click on this continue. And here you have to select. We are not using any one of this. We can click here, click on this create, and it's going to take you to the dashboard and your project is created successfully. So when you will deploy your application, you have to do the DNS configuration for your domain. So you have to give your domain URL and then you have to verify with the DNS configuration, which you can do it very easily from where you are buying your domain. So you can simply put that particular code. So I'll simply come back here and here you will find all the details about the project. This is the name I have given. This is the API key. You can simply copy from here or you can simply copy from here. Both is exactly the same. So let's copy from here and we can come back here. And that's what we have to provide here. So we have to provide here. Got it? This is the same what we have got it from here. If I copy this one, it will give me the same one. Let me show you. It will give me the same one. Perfect. So you have to get your environment variable. You have got this one. And one more thing you have to do. This is the name of the project which you have called. Simply copy this one and you can simply come back to the code. And this is the exact thing you have to do here. So come back to the provider, go back to the wing, config, and here you have to call exactly the same one. Perfect. Got it? Now close this one. We got our project ID. Now we have to get our forms pair API key so user can send the email. So I already given you the instruction that how you can get it. So you can come back here and here you will find the details. I guess I forgot to do that. So let me provide it very quickly. So I'll come back here. I'll say paste here, bring it here and come back to the forms pair, copy this one. And I can simply provide the details and let's give the URL copy. And what we can do, we can come back here. Let's open a new type form spare. So this one is a powerful website. I'm going to simply copy the URL and that's what I'm going to update. So all this update which I'm doing, you will get that in the final source code. You don't need to worry about it. So this is the form space URL. So make sure to come back here and create your account. It's a powerful platform to send email for absolutely free. So you can simply check all the requirement and what are the supports we have. If you want to do any automate system, you can connect with any of these email providers. So I already have my account, so I will simply sign in straight away. Make sure to create an account and verify. So I will click on this sign in, and I can simply come back to my dashboard and I will have all the projects. So currently you can see that I have multiple projects which I have created. So in your case, when you will create an account, you won't have any one of these. So what you have to do is to create a new project first. So click on this add new, and here you will have a option. You can create a form straight away in any one of the existing project, but I will create a new project. So show you that how you can create a project, and inside that you can create a new form. So click here. You have to select, give the name. So I'll say Crypto King, not I'll say Crypto King. That's the name I have given. And here we have this one. Click on this create project, and here I have created my project Crypto King. Now inside that I have to create the form. So I'll click here and I can simply call whatever the name I want to call it. So I can simply say Crypto King form. Okay, let me call this Crypto King form. Oh, that's fine. You can see this is the project. You can pick any one of the project, but I will go with this one. And the email ID which you will use for creating an account, in that you will go to receive all the notification and all the messages. So click on this create form and you will be created your form. From here you can able to have the module, so you can verify this form and add in your project with multiple method like HTML, Ajax, React. That's all you will find. That's all you will find. So the one we are interested in, this particular key, so simply copy this one, and that's what we have to provide here. So come back to the code, go back here, and here we have to provide. So we got all of these variables. You can see that every single thing is looking good. All of this configuration we have done, this done, this done. We're done with this one. Local environment is activated because that's where we are testing our contract. We have deployed locally, and here we have the project ID and all of this fine. Generally, we don't have any explorer for the local host. That's why we have given with a default one for the host clip. So we are done with this all. Now close this one, and open up your terminal. And you can see this is still running. We have deployed our contract successfully. Now we are on the main directory. So let me drag it here. We are on the main directory. Now we have to install the packages. So we have to install all of these packages. So if I show you my node version on my main directory, I have the latest one. So there is no problem, because in the front end side, we have to use the latest one, because this Wing provider will not work in the old version. So simply type npm I or install, both will work fine. So it will do the installation very quickly. And once the installation is done, we can easily able to start working on our project. So here you can see we are getting a couple of warnings. Simply ignore that. It's not that important, because we are using a combination of multiple package, which in the old version and the new version, which is well tested and well optimized. So finally, we have done with the installation, and here you will find a couple of vulnerabilities. Simply ignore that. Now clear our terminal, and now we are ready to start our application. So first thing, we have to execute this particular command dev. So simply type npm run dev, and it's going to start the application on localhost 3000. You can see this is the URL you will get. Simply copy, and when you will start this, you will get this next. You will get this node modules. We have installed all of the package which you will find, and simply minimize this one. So we are done with that. Our application is started. Now I can simply come back to the browser, open a new tab, or I can simply close all of this because we are done with this one. Let's close all of this and close this one, and I can simply paste here and hit enter. The moment I will do that, you can see our application is live. And finally, our application is open. The logo is working fine. The text is working fine. And right now you will find all of the details we have right up here in our project. Every single thing is looking good. We have this elegant design. We have design. We have this like mega menu system we have. You can come back here. You can see every single thing is empty because we have to initialize our contract before actually users start using it. So every single thing is good. Now what you have to do, you as an admin, that you have to initialize the contract. So you can simply click here first in the connect wallet. If you click here, you can simply connect it from here, or from here you can go to the light and dark mode, or you can click here and you will come back to the dashboard. And you will find that I'm not connected, so it's telling me to connect my wallet. So before I connect my wallet, I want to show you a few things. So what I will do, I'll simply click here, and you can see that I'm connected with Hostclay. So I'll simply log in first. I'm logged in, and I'm on login to the wrong network. You can see I'm logging to the wrong network. So what I have to do is I'm going to simply change the network. So first I'm deploying my contract to the localhost. So I'm going to delete this localhost. If you want to see the details about the localhost, this is the details we have. So I'm going to delete this localhost from my MetaMask to show you that the auto configuration we have done, it will work absolutely fine. So if you have the localhost is stored in the MetaMask, simply delete that. So I have deleted that. Now I have all of this account which you can see. So I have this account number 1, account number 2. And this is all the account which I have imported from 3 all the way to 9 is my harded account. So I'm going to simply delete it. I want you to delete that so we can able to test and you won't have any confusion. Otherwise, I can do is testing straight away. There is no problem. But I want to show you every single thing so you can understand that if you want to do something like this, you can do that. How? So let's remove this 7, few more to go. And I can come back here, 8, remove. And we have the last one, which is the 9. So every single thing is good. Now you can come back to the home page and then you will find that we are connected with the wrong network. It will display fine. The moment you reload the page, it will display this the wrong network exists. And we don't have that localhost in our MetaMask. So the moment I will click on this wrong network, it's going to open this one. I can click on this, connect, and it's going to do the configuration automatically. You can see it will automatically fill out all these details. Click on approve, and then network is added successfully. And if I click on this my MetaMask, you will see that I'm connected with the account number 1 and I have my account number 2. This account I cannot use for making the transaction in the hardware because we have deployed to the local environment. So what we have to do is we have to simply take the account. So if I come back here, as I told you that this account would be taken as a admin 2266. So first thing you have to do is to import this particular account. First thing you have to import this account and you have to use all of this account if you are using Harded for testing locally. So first I'm going to import this account, copy the private key, and that's what I'm going to click here. Click here, click on this add account, import account, paste it here and click on import. And I can click on this connect. So I have imported my account. You can see it's taking a little bit time. So you can simply click here outside and open one more time. And the account is successfully added. You can see the fund is reflecting fine. If you come back here, you can see the balance is reflecting fine. But if I click here, you can see it has less fund, like 0.996 because we have paid the money for deploying the contract. And this is the account paid the money for deployment. And I already have a couple of transactions which you can see. So first thing, when you deploy the contract, make sure to clear your history, MetaMask history for this particular account. So I have cleared all the history. Right now, I don't have anything. Perfect. Now, that's how you can import the address of the admin. Now, let me do one thing. Let me import a couple of accounts so I can do the testing. So simply copy the account number 2. Let's do the same thing. Click here, import and connect. So I've imported now. Now I have to do one more import from this account and 3 accounts is enough. Let's click here and click here, import and import. So I have imported the account. Let's click on outside. Let's click on MetaMask and you can see the funds are reflecting fine. Now I have to go back to the account number 3, which is the admin, and I have to clear my MetaMask history because this is the default nature of MetaMask when you are testing locally. So you have to, whenever you change your account, you have to clear your MetaMask history. So I have done that. Now I have to initialize the contract. So click here and you will come back to the dashboard. You can see I'm right up here. I can simply log out from my MetaMask and it will change. I can click here and I can log in from here as well. I can give my credential and I'm logged in successfully. Right now you can see we have 0, 0. There's no fund, no token is set in the contract. So we have to set the token. So if I come back here, every single thing is 0. So first thing you as an admin you have to do is to come back here in the admin function. And from here you have to set the token. So come back to the token configuration. And this is the token which I want to sell, which we have deployed locally. So let's close this one. Come back here. And this is our token address. This is the address which we have to initialize because this is the token we're going to sell. So on the mainnet, if you have your token, you have to set that token. But this is the token which I have created and that's what I'm going to set. So paste here and click on this set sell token and it's going to make a call. Click on confirm and the token is set successfully. Once you're done with that, now you have to come back here in the stable and here you have to set the token for the stable coin. So when you are deploying to the actual mainnet, you have to get the stable coin addresses like USDT and USDC. But we have already deployed our locally. So I'm going to get the USDT address, this one, and I'm going to paste. And here you have to decide the ratio. So I'll go with 20. So if user will invest 1 USDT, they will get 20 of our token. But you can set any ratio. Click on this update USDT and click on confirm and the transaction is completed. So we have updated that. Now we have to update the USDC. So this is absolutely must. Click here and you have to set you can set any ratio, but I will go with 20 because it's a dollar. Set and confirm. So we have successfully updated that. Now, the moment you will come back to the dashboard, you will find that the balance is reflecting for the token supply we have. But right now, there is no transaction is available. You can able to find the balance you hold of this particular token because it's an admin and this is the account which I have used. So it's reflecting my balance. Every single thing is good. Now we have to fund our contract, the ICO contract. Right now, we have no token available in our ICO contract. So we have to fund the contract so the user can start purchasing. So we can come back here in the transfer token and we're going to transfer the token to our contract. So here we have these two options like transfer, stablecoin and USDT, like our ERC20 token. So first let's transfer the stablecoin because we are also selling our stablecoin. If you don't want to add this feature, you can simply remove that very easily, okay? Very easily. But let's go with this approach first. So let me transfer the stablecoin to my contract. So if I come back here in the withdrawal, you will see that we don't have any token available in our contract. So let's transfer that. So first I'm going to transfer stablecoin. So to transfer that, I have to get the token ICO contract, which is this one. And I can simply come back here. I can give the address and I want to transfer, let's say 50,000 token I want to transfer. Click on this transfer. The moment I will do that, click on this confirm and the transaction is done. And here you will find the transaction is transferred successfully. And you can see I already have this pre-data, but in your case, you don't have it because this data is coming from my local storage. The moment you will clear your local storage, this data will gone. So we have done with the transfer. Now I can come back to the USDC and I can give the exact quantity or you can give any quantity, no problem. And click on this transfer. Transaction is making perfect. And here we have done the transfer of the USDC. Now, if you come back here in the withdraw token, you will find that the token is reflecting fine. We have successfully funded our contract with the token. So it takes a little bit time. Okay. Sometimes you have to give a reload because it takes a processing time. And you can come back here in withdrawal and you can see the balance is reflecting fine. This much token we have transferred. If you come back here, this is the exact quantity we have transferred. Now we can come back to the USDC. Our token which we are selling, that's also we have to transfer. So I want to allow user to buy our token which we have set. So I'll simply copy this one, our token address, and I'm going to paste here. You can able to see the balance which you have of this particular token, name and symbol. Now I have to give the recipient address. So I can simply come back here, copy, and that's what I can simply provide here. And I can give a quantity. So I want to supply, let's say like very much, 1,000,000 type of things. So this much supply I want to give to my ICO contract, and which is very important. You have to always maintain the supply. So I'll simply click on this transfer, is going to make a call and confirm the transaction is completed. Now you can come back to the dashboard and you can see that we have successfully done the funding in our ICO contract. And now user can start purchasing our token. So if you come back here in the withdrawal, you will see that this much supply we have for TBC, USDT and USDC. But there is no balance for ETH because we're not keeping any fund related to ETH. But you can supply that. Got it? I hope you have understood. This is the first thing you have to do. Once you're done with that, now users are ready to buy your token. So for example, if I want to buy the token, I can simply come back here in the token cell. And here I have this three method. I'm the admin, so I can buy with ETH, USDT and USDC because I have the fund of these two token. So for example, if I want to buy with the ETH, I can give my quantity. I can give the click on buy and it's going to make a call and confirm. The transaction is completed and we have bought it. If I come back to the dashboard, then you will find the transaction I have made. In the same way, if I want to buy with USDT because I have my USDT in my wallet because I'm the admin, I'm the creator. So I can give the quantity. So the moment like I want to spend 4 USDT. So each USDT will give me 20 account. That's the ratio we have set. So I'll get 80 USDT in my wallet address. So I'll click on this buy with USDT. It's going to make a call and I have bought it. Confirm. It's going to make 2 transactions. So we have bought it successfully with the USDT. If I come back to the USDC, I'll simply give the and confirm and I have bought it successfully. If you come back here, you can able to see all the transaction which you have made like USDT and ETH. If you come back to your account dashboard, you can able to find the balance, the transaction which you have made. You can see your asset funding. That's all is reflecting fine because I already have this much USDT and USDC transaction which you have done. The referrals right now you can see we don't have any referral. So I can simply, if I have any particular void address which I want to set as a referral, so whenever I will make the purchase, that particular address which I'm going to provide will receive the commission. So I can do in this way, or I can simply get the referral URL and paste here, and that way I can also configure. Okay, I hope you have understood. So this is what you have to do. This is how the user will buy. Now, what I will do, I want to show you the staking process. So come back to the staking and sorry. And from here, user can stake the token. So if I want to stake the token, let's say the minimum is this much, but I want to stake the token to, let's say 200, or let's say 20,000, because I have enough supply. And I can pick a date. This is the expected reward I can get in this particular period, but I will go with 365. And this is the expected reward I will get. I'll click on the stake TBC, is going to make a call, confirm, and the token is staked successfully. Now it will take a little bit time for processing, or you can simply give a gentle reload and you will come back to the staking and you will find the details about your stake. So total stake we have in the contract is this K. This is the minimum stake. This is your balance. This is your stake, and you have one active stake. You can able to see the stats. So currently we have one stake and there's a 0 reward we have claimed so far. So if you come back to your stake, you will find the stats. You can withdraw this fund early, but you have to pay the penalty. So let me do one more time. Let's do the investment. Let's say 3,000, and this is going to be in 180. Click on the stake. It's going to make a call, confirm, and the transaction is completed. Let me give a quick reload. Come back to the staking and you will find that we have done the 2 staking and the timing. I can harvest the earning which I have earned. So you can see this is what I have earned. So if I show you my dashboard, you can see the fund I have in my asset is in the complete form. But the moment I will try to withdraw the harvesting which I have done, like I've got this much fund, click on this harvest, is going to make a call, confirm, and I have successfully harvested my token. And you can see it's went up. So I have to give a reload. And you will see that we have successfully withdraw the reward we have earned too. If you come back to your dashboard, go back to the asset, you can see it has 2. So the withdraw harvesting is working fine. Now what I want to do is I want to withdraw the investment I have done, or I can do the harvesting from here, but I want to withdraw my investment. So I can click on this and I will pay 5% penalty, and this penalty will go straight away to the contract. So click on this and I have to confirm, and here it's making process. Click on confirm and the withdrawal is completed and I have withdrawn my token. Reload the page, it will take a little bit time, and now you can come back here. You can see my investment is went down and you can see the investment we have made, and right now we have only one investment, and you can see right up here in the dashboard the fund is went up because the percentage, the penalty we have paid. If you come back to the admin overview, there you will find the penalty we have received on the investment which user made. So this much penalty we have got on the investment, and this fund is available in our token ICO contract. Perfect. You can simply come back here and you can able to see the penalties reflecting fine in our contract. So that's how user can do the investment and stake their token. Perfect. You have seen that. Now if user wants to purchase the stable coin, they can do that. So currently the ratio we have is that if we invest 1 ETH, we'll get this much. So I'll invest little 5 and I will get 500. I'll click on this buy and I have bought the token successfully. You can see the transaction is completed right up here. In the same, I can buy with USDC. I can give 1 and I can click on this and I can click on buy, and I have bought it and it's updated successfully. If I come back to the transaction section, there you will find all the transaction we have done, what we have bought. If you come back to the user dashboard, there you will find the transaction which you have done. Go back to the transaction, you will find the coins which you have invested and how you have done. So this is how you can control. For example, if you want to change something, so you can come back to the admin function, and from here you can change the ratio of the pricing. So if I come back here, if I go back to the pricing ratio, so currently this is the price I have set for our token, like 0.001 for one token. If I want to change the pricing, I can do that both for stable coin and like ETH coin price for our token and stable coin. So I can simply come back here and I can update that. So this time I want to set the price for my stable coin is going to be 0.01, little high, and click on this update and confirm. I have updated the price. In the same, I can update the price of my token. Like one token is going to cost, let's say 0.1. Earlier it's 0.01. Click on this and I can update it. So my price is updated successfully. In the same way, I already configure my network. So that's the first thing we have to do. And this is the, for example, if you want to change the ratio. So if you come back here and you can see currently we have 1 equal to 20 ratio. If you want to change that, you can do that. So you can come back here and you can go back to the stable coin, and I can simply come back here and I have to get the address because this is the double confirmation we are adding. So we have to provide, and I want to change the ratio to, let's say 5, and click on this update. Click on this confirm and the ratio is completed. Now if I come back here, if I go back to price ratio, you can see this is change. Now the moment I will buy the token, like with the USDT, you can see if I invest, it's saying 5. If I invest 1, it will get 5. If I invest 10, I will get 50. Earlier it was 20, now it's 5. So I'll simply buy and the ratio is change of the pricing. Stablecoin, if I go with USDT, but the USDC ratio is same. Click on this and it's going to make a call. It still has the 20, but in the USDT, we have the 5. Perfect. If you come back here, go back to the transaction, there you will find all the transaction we have done. If you go back to the user dashboard, there you will find all the transaction you have done. If you are an admin, you can see all the transactions which users are doing. This is the token balance is available in our ICO contract. You have to monitor this supply, which is very important because we are allowing the selling and we are also allowing the staking. So based on their stake period, user can earn the reward. So you have to constantly monitor the supply and you have to hold the token so your contract can execute perfectly. And this is the one we have. This here you will find all the transaction which is happening. So that's how you can control. If you come back here, so we have seen this, and if you want to block any address, you can simply block. And if you want to change the percentage, so for example, if I come back to the staking, and you can see that right now we are falling 12%. But if you want to change that to any other percentage, you can do that. So I can come back here and I want to change the percentage for, let's say, 15%. I can click on this 50% and the trend is taking place. Now, if I come back to the staking, you can see it has 15. So we have changed the percentage. In the same way, if I want to change the minimum staking, I can do that. Come back here and I want to change the minimum staking. So let's say 200. Or I can simply go with 100 because currently we have an active staking. Click on this and change that. So that's how it will update. Every single thing is working fine. If you want to send the email, you can simply send and you can give that and paste here and send message and it will send the message successfully and you will receive in your email address. So I hope you have understood. Now what I will do is I'm going to switch my account to other account. So you can see the transaction is taking place. So if I click on this account number 4, click on this connect and I'm connected and every single thing is changed. You can see the admin function is gone because this account is not admin. And you can see we have a 0 token. This is the balance I have. All of this detail, every single thing is dynamic. Now, if I want to purchase the token, I can come back here and I can buy with ETH. And I can simply make the transaction and I have bought the token. If I come back here, I can bought the token. That's the one thing. And the second thing is that if you come back here in the assets, you can see I don't have any stable coin, but I can buy the stable coin. So I can simply come back here and I can give this and I can buy the stable coin. Same I can buy with the, let's say, USDT because we have updated the price and confirm. Now, if I come back to my dashboard, you can see the assets. I have 100. I bought the stable coin. Now I can use this stable coin to purchase the token. So I can come back here and I can simply select this one. I can give 1 and I will get 5. Click on this process and purchase. Purchased. I purchased it. Now, if I come back here to my user dashboard, you can see that I have purchased that. I got this 105. I bought the token. So every single thing is looking good. Every single thing is looking good. Now, what I can do is I want to show you few things. Right now, I can see I have this referral and I can do the referral in 2 ways. One, I can simply copy paste the address and paste here. So what I will do is instead of doing in this way, what I can do is I can simply copy this one, and I can simply come back here to the account number 1, for example, and I'm going to simply provide here. Right now, you can see that I have not registered the referral user. So I can come back to my dashboard. Like I don't have the referral user. So I can simply copy paste the address and register. But I can simply paste the URL which I have copied. I can simply paste the URL of the account number 4. This is the referral ID and it will automatically go to open this pop-up model and I can click on this confirm. So I have already done the registration. So the moment the user will use the referral URL and it will open the pop-up model and you have to confirm the transaction. So that particular user will register in your referral user for you. So whenever you will make the purchase is going to earn the commission. So right now you can see it's already got registered and I can purchase it from here. You can see right now we have this one. You can simply reload the page and you can able to see, find the details about the transaction we have done. So you can see it has a very minimum, this much amount of token we have sold. So if I want to buy the token, I can simply give the quantity 1 and I can buy it right from here and I have bought it. Now in the same way, I want to buy with the US, you can see I have the balance So let's say I invest 100 and I will get this much. Click on this and I can buy it. Perfect. In the same way, I can buy with the USDT. I can give the quantity. So let's say 200 this time because I have enough fund. Click on buy and I have bought it. Perfect. I bought this one and every single thing is working fine. Now, what I can do is if I open my account and switch back to account number 4 and give a reload, or you can simply remove this because we have already registered this URL and hit enter. Perfect. It will automatically fetch the balance. You can see it will have the ETH balance, but currently you don't have this USDT. This is the what we have bought. Remember last time we have bought this 100 USDT and USDC. That's also reflecting fine. You can simply use this one to buy. You can simply use this to buy. Perfect. Now, if I come back here to my dashboard, you will see that I have received referrals commission. I have received referral commission. So I can go back to the user and you can see it went up to this because we have bought like 105 and we have bought one token like 10. But we got received the referrals. If I come back here, you can see how much referral you have received. This is the amount user have purchased and this is the referral you have on. Got it? And you can see right now you are not using anybody referral ID. But if I come back to the account number 3, you will find that this user is got raised referral user. So this is the referral ID it's using. For example, I want to use this user as a referral in this account, in account number 4, because currently we don't have that referral user. So I can simply do that registration from here and click on confirm. So I have done the registration and this is the referral URL. So whenever I will make the purchase from this particular account, the account will receive the commission 5%. Hope you have understood that what exactly happening. You can come back to the home page and from here you can able to get your referral IDs. Click here and you can simply copy the referral ID and you can share with your friends, your families, and you can earn the commission. So this is how everything would be working fine. I hope you have understood. Every single thing is dynamic. Every single thing is wonderful. Now, if I click here, if I go back to the account number 5, you will see I'm not connected. I will connect and I can simply clear my MetaMask history because I have changed my account. And right now you can see I don't have any fund. I don't have any USDC. It will automatically fetch. I don't have any USDT, but I have ETH. I can use the ETH for making the purchase. And I have purchased it, but I don't have. So I can buy the stablecoin from the dashboard and I can use it that. So that's how you can test the contract using our local host. Every single thing is working fine. Like if you come back here, you can able to see and send email. So send an email and here you have sent the email successfully and you will receive that. So every single thing is looking good. I hope you can understand that what exactly we have built, how everything is working fine. Now let me show you how you can deploy the contract. But before you do that, you can come back here and I want you to explore every single thing. You can able to find all the transactions we have done. You can go back to the different tabs. That's all you will find. This is the details about the tabs. This is the staking we have seen. You can come back here and you can see right now we have done is any investing from this particular account. That's all you will find. Stable transaction, transfer, contact, and that's all we have. If you come back here, you can see as an admin, you can able to monitor the entire feature in the contract, that pricing, penalty, transaction, all that you can verify. And if I want to withdraw the token, I can do that. For example, I don't have any ETH. I want to withdraw the TBC. So currently I want to withdraw this, let's say 7734.839. This is much token I want to withdraw. So I'll click on this and it's going to make a call. Click on confirm and the transaction is completed and we have withdraw that and you can see it's went down. In the same way I can withdraw with the USDC. So like I want to withdraw 400. I can simply click on this withdraw and I have withdraw successfully. The transaction is processed and withdraw. In the same way I can withdraw this USDC. So I will 96, withdraw, confirm. The one thing I want to tell you that you have to constantly maintain the supply because users are purchasing and getting rewards. So you have to maintain the supply. So you have to hold enough token to provide the enough supply. Hope you have understood. Every single thing is dynamic. Now let me show you how you can deploy the contract. So you can simply disconnect or you can turn into light and dark mode. You can simply connect wallet one more time and it's making a call. Sometimes you have to give a reload and you can simply click on connect it and it's going to open it up and you are connected and back to the dashboard. So I hope you have understood. We have a beautiful design. Every single thing is looking good. Perfect. Now let me show you how you can deploy to Ethereum test network or any other test network, but we want to do on Ethereum test network. So to do that, we can come back here and we have to do the changes right up here. So what I will do, I'll simply close this one, open up my terminal, and I'm going to simply close all of this, all of this. Now, what we have to do, the very first thing is we have to come back here in the provider and we have to change the network. So right now we have this particular networks. So if you planning to deploy to any other network, you can get that very easily. So you can simply come back here, copy this one, open a new tab and hit enter. Click on the very first link. And this is a very powerful platform. So you can simply go with the get started. And here you will find all the details. So you can come back to the chain. And here you will find all the chain which is available, which you can pick. So I'll go with Ethereum Hostly. So I'll say type Hostly. And if you want to go with localhost, you can get it from here. I'll say Hostly. So this is the one I can simply copy. And that's how you can get the chain ID. Got it? And that's how I got it. So I can simply paste it, import it, and that's what I'm going to simply provide it here. That's the first thing we have to do. Once you're done with that, now close this one. Close this one. Now come back to the Web3. Go back to the environment variables. And here we have to use our actual wallet address because you cannot use the hard hat one. This is the RPC URL is same, but we have to use the actual URL. If you are deploying to any other network like Hostly, Polygon, then you have to provide that URL for deployment. So I'm going to simply replace this and I'm going to get my actual address, actual wallet. So I'll come back here, click on it, and you will find that I'm going to switch my account to Hostly. Hostly, I already have Hostly configured in my wallet, so I'll select that. And I cannot use this account, hard hat account. I have to use the actual account. So account number one, it has fund. So I'll simply select that one, select this one. I can come back here, go back to account details, show private key, and I can give my credential and hold the private key. And you can simply copy the private key. I'll copy my private key. Now I can come back here and I'm going to provide it here. Really, I have provided my private key. That's the first thing you have to do. Now you can come back to the environment variable and every single thing is fine. You don't need to make any changes. We're going to simply verify our contract Hostly. And this is the endpoint we're going to use it. If you come back to the deploy script, this is absolutely fine. We have the configuration for the deploy script. This is the Hostly chain ID. And in the test network, we're going to deploy the Hostly like the stablecoin as well. And we're going to simply verify our contract. So make sure you should have enough fund in your wallet address. I already have enough fund in that. If you don't have enough fund, you can come back to the like resources. You can simply click here and you can use this particular site for getting the faucet, which I have already explained in detail in this particular video, which you can watch it. Okay. Or if you don't want to use Hostly, you can use any other blockchain, which you can. So let's close this one. Now I'm ready to deploy the contract. So what I will do, I'll simply open this one, open up my terminal. I can see my package.json file. This is the command we have to execute because this is the same name I have given in my hard hat config file. So it's going to be a triggering point. Whatever name you're going to do, that's the name I have to provide here. Perfect. Just test the way I'm doing it. Once you do with all the testing, understand after that, do all the experiment. So first I have to get into this particular folder. I'll say cd web3, hit enter. I'm in this particular directory. Now I have to simply deploy the contract. I have enough fund. I'm going to simply copy this one and I'll say npm I and give this and hit enter. And it's going to simply deploy my contract. You can see I'm getting a couple of warning and error. So let me do one thing. Okay, my bad. It's a I. So I'll simply clear up my terminal. It's a npm run and then the script, not the I. Hit enter and it's going to simply execute this particular command. You can see it's fetching out my account address. This much fund I already have in my token in my account, and it's going to simply deploy my contract, test contracts for the tokens and the token and our ICO contract as well. So just wait. It's happening. So this might takes a little bit time. You can see we have deployed our USD token successfully. Now we are deploying our USDC. So finally we have deployed the contract and you can see it took me more than 5 minutes to deploy all the contract. And you can see I'm getting a couple of error warning because I already made a lot of API requests. That's why it's throwing me this particular error, and you can see it generated me this particular error. So just forget about the verification. Let's get the address because it's taking a little bit time for deployment of the contract. So we got all the contract addresses like ICO contract, Honor, USDT, USDC, and USTBC token. That's all we got it. Now what we have to do is we can simply close this one, and I'm going to simply bring this down. I'm going to open this one. That's the first thing we have done. Now we have to simply replace the addresses. So this is the local host. I'm going to simply comment this one. And I have to activate this one because this is our host clay. Activate it. Now I have to simply copy the addresses, copy this one, and I'll paste this one. The sixth one is our owner address, which I have used for deploying. That's the same one. I'm going to simply copy this one. This is our going to be our USDT. Paste here. Then I have the USDC. Copy. This is the USDC. Make sure you have to paste the address correctly, otherwise it will throw an error. And we have this our token. So let me compare this 5.4. We have D9. We have 5.1. We have the admin DB, and we have a F8. So we have got all the addresses, and this is absolutely fine. I made a lot of requests on the API endpoint, so I'm getting this particular error. Simply ignore this one. It's not work. It's not that important because I've already verified the same contract previously. So let's clear the terminal. So that's the first thing. What we have done, we have got our details. All of this is already we have now. We got the addresses, and we already have it. Now all we have to do is to simply execute the application. So first thing, I'm going to simply close this one. And now I'm in my main directory and I have the latest node version. So main directory, you have to use the latest one. Got it? Now I can simply start the application. Type npm run dev. And this time we are not running the local blockchain. You can see we are running because our contract is already deployed. You got it? Now we can simply come back here and I can simply come here. This is what we have. And I'm going to simply open it up. Click on this localhost. I already have it. Save it here. And you will find the application is working fine. Perfect. It's saying wrong network because I'm connected with a localhost. So the moment I will click here, it's going to switch back to the host click because there what we have configured. And you can find, if I show you, I don't have any fund in this account, so I have to switch my account. I'll first click on this connect and you can see I'm connected and I already have this much fund. I hope you have watched the video and understood that how you can get the fund. And the fund is reflecting fine. Now every single thing is good. Now I can come back to the dashboard and I'm the admin. This is the account which I have used for deployment. That's why I can see, because this time we are fetching the details about the contract actually from the test network. So it's taking a little bit time. And you can come back here. You can see all the environment which you have provided correctly. Okay. So let's deactivate this one. And we have to activate this one because this time our contract is in the actual test network. And I can simply give a reload and it's going to make a call and you can see it's fetching a time and we got the details. And I'm the admin, so it's visible. So I can come back here and I have to simply update the token. So this is one way for deploying the contract on the host clay. You can use a different network for deployment as well. It's exactly the same. You have to simply provide the relevant information about the network and you can easy to make the transaction. Now let me show you how you can deploy the contract in a different network. You have seen in the host clay. Now let me show you how you can deploy to other networks. So I'll simply copy this one and I'm going to provide all of this. And this will be a Sofali one. Perfect. I'm going to simply comment this one. Come back to the providers, come back here and we have to get it for Sofali. So this Sofali is actually Ethereum Sofali and that's what I have to provide here. Paste. So you have to test which one is working and responsive. I'll paste here, paste here and make it S. And this is going to be a Sofali ETH with a capital. And we have the chain ID for Sofali. So we can come back to the script and we have keeping the chain ID for Sofali right up here. So this is the one for Sofali. Come here and paste here. Now you have to get the RPC URL. So we can get it very easily, exactly the same way. So we can type ARMK, click on this. The reason why I'm showing you so you can play around with a different test network, because sometimes Ethereum Sofali is in test mode. So I can click here, click on the Sofali and paste here. And that's what you can provide. So you have activated that. So you have activated the network, looks fine. Every single thing is good. Don't need to make any other changes. Every single thing is good. Now, what I can do is I can simply come back here. I can go back here and I have changes already here. Now I can simply come back to the Web3, go back to the environment variable, and here I have to replace and close this one. So I've done all the changes. Now I'm ready to deploy the contract to Sofali. If I close this one, clear it up, and you can see I already have Sofali in my MetaMask. So by the time you will install MetaMask, it will give you this. Simply activate this one and Sofali is already there. If I select this one, I already have no fund in this particular account, but I have fund in my account number 2. Account number 2, I have little fund. But if you don't have any fund, you can simply get that fund very easily. I have this 0 fund in this. So you can simply copy the address, open a new tab, type Google Web3 cloud, and you can come back here in the Ethereum Sofali faucet, and it will give you those options. You can see Sofali is selected. I can give my wallet address and I click on this Sofali, and it's going to transfer 0.03 faucet in your wallet, which is enough for deploying the contract. Okay. So it will take a little bit time, and just a moment. The transaction is completed. Once the transaction will complete, you will have the fund in your wallet and you are ready to deploy the contract. So finally the transaction is completed. You can click here and you can see you have the fund. Now I'm using the same account for deployment. So I'll simply come back here and I have used my private key. Now I have to get into my Web3 folder. I have to check my node version. I have to simply downgrade my node version. And I can simply downgrade it. Now I have to run this particular command. So I can come back Web3, and I have already given you a bunch of options for deploying your test contracts. So this one is for Sofali. This is the command we have to execute. Simply type npm I and hit enter, and it's going to deploy our contract to Sofali. Again, my bad. Again, I have said this I, so it will be run npm run and hit enter. It's going to simply deploy our contract. You can see the account we are using and it's deploying one more time. So this is how you can change the network. Hope you can understand this. The reason why I've told you that if one network is not responsive, giving you an error, and this will generally you will face when you will test on the actual test network. So first using hard hat, test everything. After that, move to the test network and check which one is responsive at the moment. So will take a little bit time. So I have to wait again for quite long because we are deploying multiple contracts. So finally I've waited for another 5 minutes and we have deployed the contract successfully. You can see we got the details. Now I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I hope you can understand the drill which you have to do. So we are done with that, and let me provide the addresses. So this one is for localhost, this one is for Sofali and Hostly. So what I will do, I'll simply just provide it here as well. There's no problem. Copy, and that's what I can simply paste here. That's our token ICO. Then I have to paste copy and paste here on our address. Then I have to get the address of the USDT. Got it. Then I have to get the USDC, and then I have to get this copy, and that's what we have to get. So we have provided all of that. Looks fine. Now we are ready to test our application. We have to change our Sofali. So we did the changes in our hook. So it's Sofali, and all the changes is done here. Let's change this to Sofali. Perfect. And here we have the Sofali addresses. Now I can simply open it up. I can simply go out of this. Let's delete it because we have to use the updated one. Now I can simply open it up. I can simply type npm run dev, and it will start our application on localhost 3000. It started. Now I can simply come back here, open a new tab, and click on this localhost which I have saved. I'm going to open, close all of this, and here our application is started on localhost 3000. You can see wrong network. So I can simply click on this and it's going to switch back to Sofali and click on confirm. So I'm switched. Now I can simply set the token as usual. I have to do. I'll come back here and I can go back to the here, and I have to set the token which I want to sell it. So I can simply come back here, minimize this, come back here, and I can set the token, which is this one, and I can paste the address, click on the set. It's going to make a call, click on this confirm, and the transaction is in the process, and we are interacting on Sofali test network, and we are setting the token. So this is what exactly you have to do the way we have done in the local environment. You have to simply set the stablecoin, the ratio, and you have to perform all the transaction the way they did. So the token is confirmed. You can able to see the page will reload. We got the status successful, looking fine. Now you can come back here, and that's how you can deploy the contract. So that's how you can deploy the contract. So all the changes we have made you have seen that how you can deploy to Hostly, how you can deploy to Sofali, and every single thing is good. Perfect. I hope this makes sense to all of you guys. If you come back here, you can able to see all the details which we have provided. Every single thing is fine. So that's how you can deploy to the test network. Now let me show you how you can deploy this application on internet. So for that, I'm going to come back to the environment variable and I'm going to do the changes. So you have seen all of that. Now we're going to deploy our application to hostinger. So we have to do a couple of changes. So everything is going to be exactly the same, and we have to activate the hostly, because by default you will be given the hostly addresses. So I will simply comment all of this, and this is the one which I'm going to activate. Perfect. And the rest would be fine. We have activated. This is the contract which is already given to you by default. That's the first change you have to do. Now we have to do the changes in the provider. So we are deploying to hostly, copy, and that's what we have to paste here. That's what we have done. Perfect. So now we are ready to deploy our application. So simply close this one, close this one. Let me give a last check in our environment variable. Every single thing is good. Well set it. Perfect. Now what I have to do is I can simply come back here, open up my terminal, and I can see the application is running. I'm going to stop the application, and I'm going to simply open our package.json file, and this is the command we have to execute to run the build command. So simply type npm run build and hit enter. It's going to generate the static file which we have to upload to our hosting platform. So just wait. Soon this file will be generated. So finally we have generated our entire static file for our project. Every single thing is perfect. You can see we are getting a couple of warnings. Simply ignore that one. You can come back to the out folder. Here you will find the complete source code of the project. So all we have to do is to simply deploy this particular folder to our hosting platform. This is the one. You can come back to the readme file, and there you will find all the details I have provided, that which hosting provider you have to use. So you can use Hostinger, which is really powerful, and they have incredible support. They have backup system, and currently they are offering more than 55% discount. So you can simply copy this one, and you can simply copy, come back here, click on this, paste this URL. And when you will use this particular URL, you will get 50 to 70% discount on your first purchase. So from here, you can able to read about this particular hosting provider. It's really powerful, and they have an incredible support and backup system. So currently they are offering in a very cheap price. I'm from India, but no matter which part of the world you are, you will get a 75% discount in all the services which they are providing. So if you come back here, you can able to compare that which package you want to take. So if you are starting up with a small project, you can pick this one, but I would highly encourage you to take the premium one, which is very much affordable, and you can easily able to have a lot of feature in that. So you can see what you will get in the premium. You can pick any one. Starter, for this one is for single website, and this one is for multiple website, in which you will have a lot of extra feature. So you will have up to 10 website you can host, manage hosting, like monthly visitor, storage. That's all you will find. You will also get a free domain in the premium plan, which you can use it. You will have a dedicated IPFS. If you want to use WordPress management, you can do that. If you can see the AI hosting builder, you will get that. You will have the security modules. You will have the support. So they will give you incredible support. Like all the project which I have built, the support is absolutely incredible. What are the other things you will get? You can simply compare your plan. So you can pick either single if you are going with this particular project, or you can go with the premium if you want to scale it up and have more visitor. So I'm going to buy the premium feature for this particular project for deploying. So click on this choose plan, and you will come back here. So you can create your account. I'll go to select Google for it. Click here, and I have to pick my account which I'm going to use for creating. So I'll select this one and just move it in my cart section. So here I can able to find the details about the service which I have picked. It's a premium one, and by default it will be selected 48 month. But I want to show you as a demo purpose, so I will go with 1 month. But I would encourage you to pick either for 24, or you can go for 48 month. In that way, you will have the maximum discount. So I'll pick 1 month, and here it's going to cost me this. And I want to also get the domain, because currently to get a free domain, it's available in 12-month plan. So if you buy the 12-month plan, then you will get a free domain, but it's not available in 1 month. So I'm going to simply buy a domain right from here. So I'll say coders dash projects. So this is the domain name which I'm going to pick. And here you will find that what are the domain name is available. So you can pick from yours end. And I have to find the cheapest one is going to be this one. It's very cheap, and it's going to be valid for 1 year. So finally I have bought the domain. It's valid for 1 year, and I can select the extension I want to use if I want to pick anyone, but I'm okay with this, the store one. And this much money I have to pay, so I have to simply click on this continue, and here it's going to redirect me right up here. Finally I'm redirect here in the payment page. So let me quickly make the payment. So I'm buying two things, like first is the hosting premium and the domain, and you can see that I'm paying very minimum. It's just for 1 month I'm buying. So let me continue with the payment. So finally I've done with the payment. After completing payment, I'm redirect here. So you can simply select my business, and you can simply click on next, and it will ask you a couple of things, that how you want to create, like migrate a website, grant as a developer to do for me, or you can simply go to this test. Here it will ask you to pick different providers, like you want to use hosting a website builder, or you can do anything. So what I will do, I'll simply come back here and I'm going to open a new tab, because once you do that, you can simply come back here to Hostinger, or I can simply copy this one to get it to my account. So I'll simply paste here. So make sure come back to the Hostinger. We have done with account creation. Now I can simply log into my account straight away. And finally, you can see after creating my account, I have successfully logged in, and you can able to find the dashboard. Now I can easily able to see all the details. So if I come back to the domains, there you will find that my portfolio, I can able to see the domain which I have bought. So this is the one which I have bought, and I haven't done the setup. So to do that, I can simply click on this setup, and here it will ask me that how I want to do the setup. I can set the country, which is India. I can set it for personal, or I cannot set it for organization. So you can set it for anything. The setup is going to be exactly the same. So let's select for organization, click on next step. And here you have to fill out all the details about your domain. So it would be registered. So make sure to fill out the details properly. Now I can click on this finish registration, and here you will find that my domain is getting registered based on the detail which I have provided. So that's the first thing you have to do. Go back to your domain and do the proper registration. So you will have a valid domain available which you can use in your project. So here you can see it will complete soon. So the setup is completed. Now I can click on this continue, and I will come back to my dashboard. And here you will find the details. If you go back to the domain, then you will find that the domain verification isn't pending because it's happening the verification now. Soon it will complete. Now, once we're done with that, now you can come back to the website, and here you will find the list of websites. So click here, and right now we don't have any website yet. So what we have to do is we have to simply upload the code we have generated. Here we have to do the setup. So we say start, continue setup, click here, and you will come back here, and here you will ask you that how you want to provide and host the application. So we'll say empty HTML website. So click on this, and from here you have to pick the domain which one you want to use. So this is the domain which we have bought, so I'm going to select this one. I've selected that. Now I can click on this next, and it's going to simply go to the next step, and from here I can select the region of my location. So based on your audience where you are targeting, you have to pick. I will go with India, which is going to cover almost every single portion. So I'll simply select continue, and here the project is initialized. So we are successfully creating the project. Let's wait. Once the project will create successfully, then we can easily able to perform the transaction. And here you will come back to your dashboard. From there you can able to control the entire website. Here you will find all the thing which you have in your control, like hosting plan. You can able to check the performance, you can able to check the analytics, security, email, domain, website files. That's all you will find here. Right now you can see we have selected this domain. That's what we have connected, and currently this domain is not activated. It will take up to 24 hours because just now we have created and bought the domain. And here you will find the details about the domain. So if you click here, and you will have the details about the domain, the activation, the verification is in the process, the email ID and the price. That's all you will find. If you come back to the DNS name server, from here you can able to configure any DNS which you want to configure, like you can child name, DNS. That's all you will find. Domain ownership, that's all you can able to check. So come back here, I'll go back to the home, and here we will find all the projects. So I'll go back here, go back to the website list, and I can select the website I have, go back to my dashboard. So I'll come back to my dashboard. This is the hosting, this is the email. So if you want to set the email, you can do that. Now we have to upload our code. So our website is running smoothly. Now to upload the code, all we have to do is to simply click on this file manager, and it will open this particular model, and from here you have to upload our file. So we have to simply click here, go open this particular folder, and we can simply delete this one. It's not that important. Simply delete this one, and now all we have to do is to simply upload our file. So we can come back here, and we have this particular folder in our desktop, and we have this out folder in which we have the complete source code of the project. So simply select all and drag and drop here and close this one. Once it will upload all the files, your application is live, and finally our application is uploaded successfully, all the code. Now I can simply come back to my dashboard. I'll give a quick reload. Let's give me a quick reload. Finally I've given my quick reload, and finally I've waited for 24 hours, and I have verified my domain. You can see we got this tick mark, and every single thing is looking good. So make sure to verify your email and your domain. So if you click here, it will go to open the application on localhost, and you can see our application is live. You can simply copy and you can come back here in the browser, paste here, and our application is live on the blockchain coder project. You can see I'm on the wrong network. You can click here and it will automatically switch, and I'm able to connect with the application, and you can able to have all the details. Perfect. So this is how you can upload your application. I hope you have understood. Make sure to watch this video one more time. Soon the complete project will come, so you can easily able to follow it. So this is how you can host your application. All the assets which is provided to you for this particular project is right up here on the blockchain coder. So you can come back here and you can get all the assets. Soon the complete project will come on the channel. And if you're taking the final source code, this is how you have to do the setup. And I've already attached this particular video in here right up here, so you can watch it. So that's the only thing I want to cover. I hope you have understood every single thing about this particular project. If you have any question, any doubt, or if you want us to do any customization in the project, so you can definitely contact me through this email ID, and we're going to help you to do the customization in the project. But make sure to watch the video. So that's the only thing from my end. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.